Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've asked you to come over to visit. That's my fault. It's been busy. It's been a busy holiday. A lot of stuff going on. I don't know how any of us get anything put together. I'm Jeremy Harper. This is Raising Howl. It's January 2026. And since the last time we've talked, there's been a lot of things that have happened. I think we did. Did we talk about the bowl game? I don't think we did. I went to the bowl game. I took my dad. I took my brother, Rex Steele. We went down to Frisco, Texas. Frisco, Texas. It looks a lot like I don't know. It feels like the Walmart community village up there in Bentonville. I don't know why. It just gave off that vibe. You know, everything was nice and neat and put together. All the restaurants in one place, all the stores in one place, the sidewalks, the roundabouts. Really pretty, really well done there at the Ford Center where Arkansas State met Missouri State for the first ever Xbox Bowl. And guys, I was expecting kind of a mess, to tell you the truth. You know, it's like Xbox said, yeah, we're going to be the sponsor. And even that morning when the game was announced, I don't even think Xbox knew it was going to be the sponsor. But they put it together. It was great. They had Master Chief out there tossing the coin. Had some Legend of Zelda looking characters running around. A lot of Xbox stuff. They did a good job. And here's the thing. I'm just going to admit, it wasn't a well-attended event for Arkansas State or, in my mind, even Missouri State. Although you could tell the guys that were from Missouri State were really excited about the opportunity. I don't blame them. First bowl, right? I felt like we, as a fan base, have done better. I don't know why. There's a lot of reasons why probably people stayed home. I get it. I think if you stayed home, though, and you had been to a bowl game before, for Arkansas State, missing this one was a mistake because it was cool. It was well done. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. The venue was nice. The restaurants were nice. The accommodations were great. I had a great time with my brother, my dad, my Red Wolves brethren. It was a good way to end the year. You know, you beat Missouri State. Not a team that I especially care about. I'm not Jeff Reed. I don't care about Missouri State. But hey, it was a win is a win. It was good. You know, it was a good segue into basketball season. And I don't know what to think about this basketball season. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's something I'm just not quite feeling, I guess. I don't know why. I like the team. The team does frustrate me, though. You know, the way the games are played frustrates me. You know, there's just, Arkansas State will have just this big burst of capable, bordering on excellent basketball, and then just periods where they just can't seem to close out the game. Yeah, and sometimes it leads to losses. You look at Rice, you look at James Madison. Those are losses that Arkansas State at times looked like the better team, and then, whoops, somehow let it go. It almost happened in this last game I attended with Texas State. Yeah, it looked like Arkansas State was the better team playing at home. And then I don't know, is it just a lack of focus? Is it because this team hasn't had a whole lot of experience together? I get it. There are a lot of things going on. Coach Pannone still trying to come up with the magic formula. I don't know. There's just something about this team that I haven't quite yet fully embraced yet, and I don't know why. Because I like these guys on the team. I like it. Yeah, they're good guys. Coach Pannone called Chandler Jackson a bowling ball, and he is. You know, he doesn't care. He just runs through the paint, shoulders down. He reminds me a little bit of Bane, Desmond Bane for the Memphis Grizz. Not anymore, but in the past, just a guy who may commit a charge. He may commit the blocking foul on his way to the hoop, but he doesn't care. You know, when the game's on the line and if he's got the ball, he's going to find a way to get to the basket. And I like that. I think that's cool. I like this Ellingsworth kid. Oh man, I mean he's he's just a big guy, so he can be a little clumsy, but he gets in there and he doesn't mind, getting hurt, sacrificing his body. Just like that. I wish he and Chudy Diorama, like some of these names I'm still working on. Wish they had developed maybe a mid-court shot. You know, Ellingsworth, he can hit the three, and that's cool. But how about a baby hook? Love to see a baby hook. That would be great. Anyway, I'd like to see Arkansas State just take control of the game from start to finish. That would be good. Maybe that will happen tonight when Arkansas State faces Mobile. And they are facing Mobile tonight. I was checking out their roster. They got 2 guys from last year, which is 2 more guys from last year than we have on our team. Sunbelt basketball, man. You know, I asked Shane Metlin, I said, well, which team in the Sunbelt has the most returning experience? And we just don't know. It might be Troy, I guess. This makes it really hard for a fan base to get behind a team. Because we always say, well, we cheer for the jersey, right? We cheer for the logo on the front for Arkansas State. But we also build a relationship with members of the team. Yeah. You know, Nelson from last year, we love that kid. Watched him grow. Even Norchad Omir. You know, he was with us for a few years. We got to watch him grow. He became part of our family, right? Avery Feltz, part of the family. And maybe that's why I'm having trouble connecting with this team, because even though they wear the jersey, they've got the logo, they got the A-State or Arkansas State on their chests, I don't have this connection with this team yet. I want to connect with this team. Maybe it'll take some time. I'm willing to devote that time, though. It's a good team. It's a fun team. Yes, frustrating at times, but maybe it's because they haven't all played together. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Anyway, we're coming up on the MAC Sunbelt Challenge. I think it's February 7th. I think Arkansas State gets something like a Bowling Green, maybe. Yeah, Coach Brian Hodgson, he was not a fan of the MAC Sunbelt Challenge, especially the second round of it, which depending on what year it is, can take you away from the Sunbelt, away from your home, and up to some school way up in the tundra. Last year, Coach did not appreciate having to go up to Kent State, and Arkansas State lost that game. Did it matter? Not really. I mean, net-wise, it didn't matter. Arkansas State wasn't getting in on net alone. Nobody from the MAC was. And that's what I'm wondering. Why do we have this round 2 to begin with? Do we need a round 2? Do we need 2 rounds with the MAC? I honestly don't know. I know what the intent of the MAC Sunbelt rivalry was supposed to do. It was supposed to give teams from the Sunbelt and from the MAC, the teams with the most competitive nature, the ones with the highest net to gain or lose. It was supposed to give those teams maybe more of a net bounce to augment their resume when it came to NCAA tournament selection time. And that really hasn't worked out. It's just, honestly, the MAC and the Sun Belt are two conferences that are experiencing similar problems when it comes to scheduling games. The MAC, I think, is a better basketball conference. Right now, it's a better basketball conference. Maybe it has been for a long time. They like their basketball up north, guys. It's an indoor sport. The Sun Belt, we're having a little trouble. We don't have anybody in the sub 100s for net. MAC at least has two. We don't. Does the MAC benefit this year from this round two, having to go all the way from their northern climes and come down to a Sun Belt school and play a game that has nothing to do with their conference and what it's not going to help their net? No, it doesn't really help. So what's left as well, it's just some competitive rivalry between conferences, and that's fine. Here's the thing, though. The MAC, I respect the MAC. I only have mild interest in the MAC. Mild interest. Regionally does not compute. They're way up north. If you want to do this with a conference that I have like some sort of regional interest, you go with CUSA. You might even go with the Atlantic 10. Yeah, sure, the Athletic, if they weren't such snobs. Those would be good conferences. MAC, I don't know. I don't know if I care about the MAC. I mean, I don't disrespect the MAC. I recognize the MAC as a great conference, a conference that plays hard-nosed football, plays hard-nosed basketball, doesn't play very good baseball. Fine. I don't know if the MAC Sun Belt Challenge has done what I thought, what Keith Gill had hoped it would do. I don't know how to fix this. The Sun Belt, when it comes to basketball, we're in some sort of quantum state where we lack any and all density to make an impact. We can't do it. And it doesn't help that the transfer portal just takes all the players. I don't recognize anybody that's in the Sun Belt anymore. Maybe that's what we wanted. Maybe that's how we wanted college sports to be. Just a continuous cycle, assembly line of new players coming in and out. I guess it used to be you get 4 years with a player. You don't get that anymore. That's fine. I'm not going to be this old man complaining about the state, but it has pulled me away from college athletics a little bit. I don't have that connection that I used to have. Because, yes, you root for the logo and the name on the chest because you're affiliated with that program in some way. You root for that logo, you root for that jersey, but the people inside those jerseys, they're your family. If you don't get to know them, it just makes it so much harder. It makes it harder. So I've been checking out the transfer portal for football. I think we have something like now north of 300 athletes from the Sun Belt. They're now mostly with some other people. I haven't seen a lot of Sun Belt on Sun Belt violence. Arkansas State had a guy go from Arkansas State to ULM. I think there's another instance somewhere. But mostly, you know where they're going? They're going to the Power Four. Yeah. It's mostly Power Four. I don't blame any of the athletes who do that, by the way. But if you got a chance to make some money, and for some of these kids, this money is transformative. It's a amount of money that they or their families have never seen. So I'm not going to be like, hey, don't go for the bag. You might want to go for the bag. It makes financial sense. But it's destroying the group of five. It's destroying the Sun Belt. It's what the group of six, I guess it is now. What the group of six has become is a developmental league and a reclamation project league for the Power Four. They don't see the potential in a student athlete. They don't see what he can do. Let's let him go into the group of five for a while. Put some tape together, learn some basic skills, put on some weight in the gym, eat right, and then just pluck him out of the group of five later on. That's the strategy now with the Power Four. They don't even want to waste time scouting people anymore, unless they're 5 stars or 4 stars. Other than that, they don't care. They don't want to waste their time. Just let the group of 6, let them have those guys for a while. And from that cauldron will bubble up the talent, right? And we'll just take that talent. That's the Power Four strategy there. And that's what's happening to the Sun Belt. Yeah. And there are all kinds of players that are who have different situations that that work well for the portal. Yeah, Tyler Fortenberry was a good tight end for Arkansas State. I liked watching him play. I like watching big tight ends that can catch balls. That sounded funny to me, but that's what it is. I like that. I wish Arkansas State used more of that. And they did a little bit this season. It was fun. It was fun watching Tyler Fortenberry catch a ball and then punish the guy who tried to tackle. He's a big 6'5" guy, 240. Came out of Vanderbilt. At Vanderbilt, he wasn't used very much. At Vanderbilt, he probably didn't get a lot of film. Comes to Arkansas State for a year. Gets a starting role. Catches some passes, makes some touchdowns, contributes to the team, shows everybody, oh, this 6'5" guy, he can catch passes, he can block, he can do things. He spent that 1 year. Now he's off to Iowa State. Which is fine. Okay, it's fine for the players. That's the way we've set it up. But that's kind of what the group of 6 is becoming. It's not just, hey, group of 6, we need you to take these freshmen and turn them into viable football players for us to select. It's also, hey, we've got some guys in the Power Four that maybe need a little more, I don't know, exposure, opportunity. And then we'll take them back. We cannot win in this system. We can't compete in this system. I don't know what the solution is. I mean, maybe it's to embrace the system. Just say, hey, yes, come to Arkansas State, play for us for a year, and we guarantee you'll be off to some big bag at a Power Four program. I've heard people say that. All right, well, maybe that's the solution. I don't know. It's too bad. It's too bad that has to be the solution. Kind of takes a little bit of charm out of college sports, but Like I said, I'm not going to be that old man complaining about the way things were and the way things should be. I'm not going to be that guy. Oh, actually, maybe I am that guy.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.